Starting 25th of November, your and my mobile bills are likely to get costlier. In fact, it's almost clear that it will get costlier now. And not just by a few rupees, but a whopping 25%. Whether you are an Airtel user or Vodafone, get ready now to pay at least 20 to 25% more on your phone bills. Now, Vodafone made that announcement today and said that they will raise their prepaid tariff up to 25%. This comes to effect on the 25th of November. This hike by Vodafone comes just a day after Bharti Airtel did exactly the same. Prices up for them 25%. The reason? Vodafone says this is to maintain the ARPU. That's the average revenue per user improvement as well. That will also address the financial stresses, they say in a statement, faced by the industry. Airtel says this is to provide a reasonable return on capital for a financially healthy business model. So what exactly will the current rate be like? Well, Vodafone's current list, we'll bring that list on your screen as well. Currently, 79 rupee plan will cost 99. The 149 plan will cost 179. 1498 plan will cost about 1800. 2300 plan about 2800. So you get that gist over there. Airtel hiked also across all slabs from 79 to almost 2500. All those top-ups have also seen an impact. Airtel goes into effect on the 26th of November. Now, overall impact is going to be on at least 90 to 95% of customer base, both for Airtel and Vodafone. This meant that the share value of both Vodafone and Airtel also looked a little iffy on the stock exchange. But the big picture over here really is that Vodafone has hiked about 365 days prepaid recharge to almost about 2800, 2900 over there. Bharti Airtel also, the small pack will cost about 3000 rupees. So Vodafone hike slightly lower than Bharti's. But all eyes now will be on Jio, and that's really got the mass base over there. What will that hike, if it happens, look like, and what exactly will be the quantum of that? So this is a huge story that impacts one and all in the country. To talk to us about that, we are joined today by Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, the former CEO of Bharti Airtel. Hello, Mr. Kapoor. Welcome to NDTV. Just put this in context for us. This seems to be a systematic move that the industry is undergoing. What exactly is the reason behind that?
Sonal, good evening to you and the viewers. I think this is just a corollary to what the government did a little while back when they announced certain relief for the survival of the industry. And that relief, by and large, was around the cash flows, which were staggered over the next 4 years, and therefore a respite to invest back into the business. And also prospectively on the AGR, the government has eased up the definition of AGR, and therefore lesser AGR will be payable, SUC will sunset, etc., etc. Now, that was never enough, and we knew that there is a lot of self-help required from the industry side, and the best self-help that they can do to themselves is take up the tariffs. And only when they take up the tariffs will the sustainability return to the industry, and that was absolutely quintessential for their survival. Now, as far as the customers are concerned, it's a double whammy. Yes, you are right. It impacts 80% of the revenues of the operators and a 20% hike across board on prepaid. But you have to realize that this is no more a simple connectivity service for the customers. It is a service around which they live their lives, and it is very low on the Maslow's hierarchy now. So whether you educate yourself or you entertain yourself or you conduct your business or your profession or your meetings, everything happens on this connectivity and access now. Now for somebody to be paying higher amount to make sure that all these services undisrupted give you a quality interface is I think you have to pay for that. Who will pay for it? If the consumer doesn't pay for it, the banks are already stretched, the government is already stretched, lenders are not coming in, and the amount of investment that's required because the capital cycles have shortened. What technology lasted for 10 years lasts only for 4 years. We are talking about 4G deployment, and we are already talking about 5G to come in next year. Now, where will those monies come from? They have to come from the consumer. Yes, of course, the consumer expectation on the quality of service will go up, which I'm sure will eventually improve. And who could have led it? Either Jio could have led it or Airtel could have led it. You can't expect the third largest operator in the market to be leading a price rise. So I think it's very natural that they followed. Now, when does Jio raise prices? I think Jio is raising prices. First of all, let's be very clear. If Jio was to raise the prices to the same level, they are the biggest beneficiaries. If Airtel earns about 70 billion rupees extra as EBITDA, Jio will earn at least 20-25% more, right? And if that happens, then, it'll be good for the whole industry. But will Jio raise prices? I think it will depend on Jio's aspirations. Eventually they will, because they are also very cognizant that this country needs more contemporary services and comparable services to the rest of the world.
Right. That was very beautifully explained, Mr. Kapoor. But I just want to talk about the timing as of this moment. At a time when you look at fuel prices, a struggling economy, rain havoc here south of the country as well, and everybody saying, well, whatever happens, there is no lockdown when it comes to telecom, right? There is that communication channel always stays. At a time when the common man is already feeling so much, I see you smile at that. The timing is being questioned by people.
Yes, Sonal, there's never a right time for a price hike for something that's roti, kapda, makan and connectivity. The real,
as they say.
Yeah, true. All right. The fact of the matter is that these prices should have been raised yesterday, if not day before, right? They've only delayed it. If they would have raised it earlier, I think they would have been in a healthier position, and probably 5G would have come in faster. 4G deployment all across the country would have been more pervasive, but we are going through that now. So I think it is for the benefit of the consumer that they raise prices. Otherwise, the quality of service is going to immensely get impacted. You can't expect operators to be putting money from their own pockets and make sure that you and me can transact our lives smoothly every day. So I guess there's no right time for this. Whenever they would have done it, there would have been, a chaos or a resistance. But I think this service is today at a level where raising prices is in the benefits of consumers, not against them.
Mr. Kapoor, closing comments really from you. I just want to understand, India is going through, or went through, should we really say that, a telecom revolution, right? Is this the next big paradigm shift that we are seeing in terms of prices compared to the world? How exactly does India stand, and what does this tell us about times to come?
Yes, Sonal, you raised a very, very pertinent question. The fact of the matter is, and I advise many companies outside the country as well, even in $20 and $30 ARPU markets, the third player struggles to make money, right? Even in those markets. And we are far, far away. We are less than $2 or $2, right? So if we don't raise prices and get them to world levels, there's nothing that makes us cheaper than rest of the world. At the end of the day, the spectrum is more expensive than rest of the world. Our right-of-ways are not cheaper from rest of the world. The cost of fiber and technology is almost same as compared to rest of the world. So how can we be at different price plans compared to those? Yes, we are a larger economy. Everybody debates that. We'll gradually come up and maybe the volumes will make up. But the fact of the matter is $2 is not sustainable. I just want 1 minute from you to say, China has already rolled out 1.3 million 5G sites, right? We have postponed everything to 2023. We have 200,000 towers in this country, and China is going to treble their 1.3 million to, whatever. And, we will require that sort of investment as well. We need 100 megs of spectrum to do it. Where will that money come from? If they don't raise tariffs, you and me will be stuck with yesteryear's technology. If we want to stay contemporary, we'll have to pay for the services.
All right. You want the latest tech, the best in technology, you got to pay for it. Well, that seems to be the word from the industry. Thanks, Sanjay Kapoor, for joining us on that news.